All right, so I have this question from Ask My Instructor. So we have here a random sample, okay? So it's a sample. It's not a population because this is not all the shoppers in the world. This is just some of them. So first thing to note is it's a sample, not a population. And then we want to calculate all these things. Range, mean, variance, standard deviation. Okay, so the question I got was how do you calculate this by hand? All right, so what I did is I wrote down all the numbers and I was real careful to write them down correctly. And then for the mean, for a sample, you just add all the data together, divide by how many there are. So there's 10. We're at 17.1. And this, okay, and for the variance, okay, well, for a sample, rather than a population, the formula for the variance is you take each data entry, you subtract the mean, you square that, and you add that together for every single data entry. And then you divide by n minus 1. So you don't divide by n, you divide by n minus 1. So here I was real careful to write them all down. 12 minus 17.1, 20 minus 17.1. I wrote them all down, and I realized once I was done, I forgot this 17, so I wrote that at the end. But they're all there. I did the data minus the mean, I squared it, add them all together with my calculator, okay, and then I divide by 9, I got 10.76. Okay, that would round to 10.8, and that confirms my MATLAB's answer. And then the standard deviation will be the square root of the variance, whatever the variance is, and so it's 10.76, so that turned out to be 3.3. So I confirm my MATLAB's answer. All right, so we've got to use this formula for the variance for a sample. If this was the population, every shopper that exists is the population, then the formula would be to divide by n, but it's not. Okay, but another way to do it is this, because I did this by hand, and that's, you know, I want everybody to know how to do it by hand, but it's very tedious, so I will do this. I'll open the data set in StatCrunch. StatCrunch comes with my MATLAB, makes a lot of the calculations. Oh, come on. Makes a lot of the calculations easier. Okay, please. Let's try again. There we go. Okay, so it copies the data over, all right? And if I can find like all this stuff, the range, the mean, the variance, standard, I can do that by summary stats. Okay, so I go to summary stats, and my data is organized by columns instead of rows. Okay, so I'll do columns, and I want the data in column VAR1. All right, and let's see, I want the mean, variance, standard deviation. How about that? We could calculate other things too. Oh, it also said the range in that question. We could do the range. All right. So I got it the way I want, and I do compute. So there it is. So the mean 17.1. All right. Yeah, we got that. Variance 10.76. Well, that's the number I got with my calculator. There it is. Standard deviation 3.28. That would round to 3.3. Range is 11. Okay, so it will do that for us. It's good to know about that kind of thing, but it's good to know how to do the calculations by hand. All right, so that's everything to wrap up this question. Let me know if that helps or not.